What is up? Welcome to the Hi There Show. It is Thursday, June 3rd. I had to check because it's not May anymore, Ian. It is June. Welcome to the Hi There Show, a UX show where we take your ideas and our design wisdom and turn them into probably award-winning apps. My name is Nick Brunt. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Ian Conrad. Ian.
Hello. What is up? What's up, Internet?
What up, Internet? I can hear us in the background of you.
Oh, that's interesting. Wonder what I don't have turned off. Have any good experiences this week?
The takeoff, almost never easy. Should we pause and relaunch? All right, we are back one more time. This is the Hi There
Take
Show.
two.
It is Thursday, June 3rd. Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Nick Brunt, joined as always by my co-host Ian Conrad. Ian, what up?
Hello, Nick. What's up, internet?
What is up, internet? We tried to go live and then everything broke, as things often do on YouTube. So
Yeah, it's the tech world.
we're back.
It's the wor-
That's
this
the
is
tech
world
world.
we play in. Really, it's nothing. This works perfectly.
I mean, I like to think it's about rapid iteration, right? You got to fail fast, be a thought leader. Fail fast, get it going, and then jump back to it.
Failing is so integral that they made it into like a cool thing. It's all about failing.
It's all about
I fail
failing.
all the time.
Wait, what if our job is about being wrong and then having, bigger budgets to invest the time to figure that out? And that's UX. That's UX. There you go. That's the tutorial vid. We should clip that. As mentioned, you're on the Hi There Show. Welcome. This is the UX podcast where we take your ideas and design a new app every week. And I'm real excited. How you doing this week, Ian? Had any good experiences this week? Had any good user experiences in your life?
Good user life experiences.
I mean, you bought a house. That's a user experience. We went over this last week.
I moved. I've got a new little studio here with someone else's artwork on the wall in the background. So I think it says dynamic tech. Enough to get by until I can afford paint.
That was a weekend project for sure, wasn't it? Like, you put masking tape on in lines and then you paint over it and pull all the masking tape and you've got tech closet.
Masking tape too.
That's where I put all my old iPhones. Yeah, that's pretty good. So you've been working or moving your in-between jobs. I think we're allowed to talk about that. You're soon to be working with unnamed firm.
A new job.
I've been working away. I've been busy. I've been in graphic design land. So maybe a little less UX land, maybe more UX land. I don't know. I don't know where that line gets drawn. But either way, I've been pushing those pixels and I'm here to push some more.
Yeah, cranking open Figma for the first time since last week. For me.
Yeah, I know. Same.
My design fingers getting a little rusty.
They're a muscle that you need to exercise. Those design fingers, those wisdom bones, those design bones you have.
Yeah, it's in my bones.
It is in your bones. That's pretty cool. So we're here to design apps. We're going to, I guess the idea moving forward, we've been kind of playing with the show for a little bit. I guess, let's part the curtain here a little bit, but we've been taking app ideas, riffing on them, mapping out sort of a UX brief each episode, and then at least getting to a place with an app where we can pitch it. Do you think?
Yeah, it's like let's rapidly kind of go through some kind of semblance of a UX process to figure out what to make. What's this idea really about? What's the user's deep down desire
Let's get to the bottom
or problems or what we think they might be, And we make a lot of assumptions and that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, no, we're not going to be researching anything on this show, I don't think.
Not really. It's more of a.
We're going to kind of go with that.
It's kind of like, we're gonna take some liberties, make some assumptions, kind of improv, I would say, where we need to, and we'll be the user, and you can be the user. Hit us up in the chat. We might call out for some ideas.
Yeah, hit us up in the chat. We'll probably say this lots during the show, but you can also reach out to us at the hithereshow@gmail.com. That is the hithereshow@gmail.com. Send us your suggestions, your design questions. Let us redesign your business's website live on YouTube, because that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, we'll design it.
So hit us up. Obviously, we're on YouTube, so like and subscribe. That's all I have to say on that. Usually people are like, I'm not doing it for the likes. We're just going to do it for the YouTube algorithm. But no, straight up, we want the likes. It's attention.
If you're excited, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell us your idea. I know you have one. You've thought of an app idea before, and you've probably told people about it too. But I bet they didn't design it for you, did they? But we just might. And maybe you didn't tell anyone because you didn't think it was a good idea. But that's okay. It probably isn't. But
we'll get you there.
Yeah, let's discover that together. Let's get some closure on that.
Okay, hold on. That might be a tagline in the change of this ever-growing show. What was that line that you just had? Give it to me again. Feed it to me again.
We're recording this.
Yeah, we'll have to go back to that later. Cool tagline, TBD.
Yes. I remember where you kind of one place I worked, they used FPO, and I never knew what it meant for about a year, and then I thought that was too long to ask, but I did anyway, and it meant for placement only, I guess. I don't know.
That's really funny that you bring that up, because I had somebody say FPO to me today, and I had no idea what it meant. And did I look it up? No way.
I think that's what
I got the vibe that it was like placeholder.
Placeholder only, maybe? I don't know. Whatever. That's everyone at least pretended they understood it, so it didn't matter.
Everybody needs those cool marketing terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. It can't just be placeholder. It needs an acronym.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
That's actually more words than one word.
Acronyms are far more profitable than just regular words.
Yeah.
By a factor more than just the number of letters too. Significant. Like those acronyms. TLAs.
Like those acronyms. So where do we want to start this week? Let's flesh this out as we go.
Yeah, let's figure it out. Do you have any fun, cool tech news that you've seen? Anything about experiences you want to share?
Not tech news. Zoom fell through the floor, I heard.
Oh.
The Zoom bubble popped.
Oh.
Everyone realized that they're not worth very much money and their stock tanked this week, I heard.
Huh. Why is that? Was it did it get too hyped up?
I think it got too hyped up. I think it was super overvalued. And then they realized it's just, a video call company. And that they produced sort of a medium tier app, maybe. And they sort of fell through the floor. So I thought that was kind of interesting because, it was a Zoom bubble. Zoom was so popular during the pandemic, it created a small bubble that eventually had to pop. So congratulations, Zoom, for finding out who you really are. That's got to be traumatic. I'm sure that wasn't a great week over there. What about you? Do you have any cool tech news?
Well, I don't know if you saw about this Amazon box that they came up with. That it seems so ridiculous that I wouldn't even think that an Onion article would think about it. But it's literally called Amazon. We got it up on the screen here. I just pulled some shots out of a video. And it's what you're seeing here. It's a little phone booth box that lives inside of Amazon warehouses that you can go in when you're, I guess, super stressed out at your job, because it's the Amazon warehouse jobs sound pretty stressful. And it's this full of, it's got a computer and a little fan and a fake plant.
See, that was really my first question was, does it have a computer and the internet that I can chill out, and surf the net?
I'm betting you can't.
And that seems to be taken care of.
You can't surf. I think it's supposedly just a bunch of like mindfulness exercises and videos. I'm kind of appreciating. Looks relaxed.
Oh, she's very mindful. She's working well. They asked her. They were like, "Hey, Julie, can you come take some pictures?" And she's like, "Oh God, in the terror cube?
I'm a little claustrophobic.
Where I'm forced to be alone with my horrible
just
thoughts."
Just a few minutes. Yeah, where you can like dread.
I'm really appreciating this second shot here, just above the one we're looking at, with their sort of $8 interior design motif that they have going on. Like, you get the dollar store fan that doesn't, it doesn't cool air or blow it or do anything really at all. You have this sort of fake bamboo in the rocks. I really appreciate that. I mean, that makes me feel mindful. The clearly fake sky up above, that's wonderful.
Real. Some kind of
so
thing on the wall.
Somebody, sorry, I keep cutting you off. We have a tiny bit of latency tonight. I mean, I don't know. I'm a person who lives with anxiety, and I know you are a person who lives with anxiety. When I'm feeling anxious, the last thing that I want to do is go into a small space to think.
Well, and like people are gonna see you go in there. That's the worst part of it. It's just like, oh,
I never even thought
Nick's in the room again. Like,
oh fuck, he's having a moment. That's really true. That's really true. Mindful practice room. All of the money that went into this could also go into a small patch of grass where people can hang out outside. I think would be pretty good.
That probably actually would be good for you.
It's just nice. Like, it's just a nice area, and you can go sit there. You can eat. It's very clean. They have somebody clean it. You know,
it smells fresh.
For a company that has such a notorious history of treating their employees like robots, this is a really weird decision.
Yeah, and at the end of the video, they literally say a place where you can go to recharge your batteries. Like your literal machine.
Yeah, you plug in. You go into the cube, go into the thought cube.
They're probably getting ready for that, where it's like, yeah, no, really, like the workers are going to have to go to a thing and recharge, or to the regeneration station.
And like just not have a breakdown. And then after you leave the mindful practice room, you go into the shower room, and that's sort of a closet that just sort of shoots you with air and water and, you know, gets all the grit out, the tears off and whatnot. That's really disturbing. That's the weirdest thing a tech company has ever put in their cool office I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, the PR around it, I don't think is going to be amazing.
Speaking of Amazon, I saw that Wired was reporting this week that they're having a shift in their marijuana policies, and that moving forward, Amazon will start treating marijuana the same way that they treat alcohol with their employees.
Really? What does that mean?
I mean, I think that's Bezos saying, "Look, guys, you gotta blaze. You gotta get super lit. You know, if you're feeling mindful."
Yeah. Hotbox that mindfulness.
I think it means they're not going to be what it boils down to is they're not going to test employees for marijuana before they get a job in their horrible warehouse. Yeah, like I mean, we've been living in Canada too long where nobody's cared since ever. Never come up in a single interview I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, imagine. It's like, man, if you're working at, and that's the thing. It's like they're not seeing if you're. Yeah, it's like you can't have like cannabis in your system. Like, man, working at Amazon factory, I probably would go home and exactly what I would do. Well, that is great news.
I don't want to dig into this story, but one more that I had on my list today. CNET reporting that Google removes diversity executive over anti-Semitic blog post.
Interesting.
So let's not even touch that one on our show, because that's not what we're here to do, but holy shit.
That's
really funny.
Yeah, that's got to be a storm going on. Wouldn't want to be near that.
It's company. A big thing. Representing, I think, as much as we've been talking about accessibility in design and UX for the past couple of years, diversity in design and UX is going to become a topic that's really important.
Yeah, I think even just like having those viewpoints and even things like that I've been exposed to, like, you know, names that aren't common to like the Western world, like, and being able to put them into a form properly. Mm-hmm. You know, like first name, last name is, you know, that
not so applicable in most places.
Not to everyone. So even little things like that, it's pretty interesting.
Well, when you say, I think it's an easy ask, like if a client, on a serious note, this is actually the last thing I was joking about not getting into, but it's easy to say, like, well, we want to represent diversity on X company's website, but how do you do that? Like, how do you get there? Is it photography? Is it our marketing direction? Is it the copy? Is it, like you say, like considerations like in forms and stuff like that? More sort of interaction-based stuff? It's probably a combination of all of those things, I figure. It is. I just wrote the book on that. O'Reilly's Call Me. So you want to dig into some ideas? I got some doozies this week, and I don't know. I don't want to say we're going to be crypto kings or famous tech wizards anytime soon, but these are big ones.
I can't wait.
All right, are you ready? Do you want an idea? Do you want an idea or two? You want to dip your toes into the ocean of app ideas? Because if you're a designer, man, have you ever heard a few of these from your friends and family?
Oh, I am ready. Hold on. Let me get...
Or what am I? I have a feeling you're about to drag something into the file.
I'll drag it right in because it'll break everything. All right. Idea.
All right, we're there. Ian's doing mystery things off camera. It's weirding me out. All right, number one from user BadWolf1988. Thank you, BadWolf1988, for not sending that idea, but posting it on the internet where we could find your golden nugget of ideary here. A navigation app tailored for motorcycles. Not a programmer here, but had an idea that might be of interest to somebody who is. What about a navigation app tailored for motorcycles, period? That's the end of the idea.
I was going to write more details because I don't understand that. All right.
Nope. So navigation app tailored for motorcycles. I don't drive a motorcycle. I don't think I've ever. No, I've been on motorcycles. I'm 6'5", so my body in motorcycles is kind of a dicey equation right from the get-go. But when I hear navigation app tailored for motorcycles, I feel like it's like, like Google Maps, but like where's like the cool ramps? Where's the sort of car delivery truck with its gate down on the road so that I can sort of catch some air off that? Where am I going to wheel out? Are there any bars where everybody has parked their motorcycle in a line out front, and how many motorcycles are in that line? Can I join it? Is the line open? What else do you want to do with a navigation app tailored for motorcycles? Sort of like Pack. Where's the pack? Where's the wolf pack kind of stuff?
I think I hear you, because I was going to...
Do you know what I mean?
First
like,
instinct would be to say, motorcycles would navigate the same as a car, but that's thinking about going from point A to point B. That's all about the destination and not the journey. Maybe that's what this person's really thinking of. Like you said, like where are the cool ramps? Where are the places that I want to drive my motorcycle to? Or is there like a really thin road that only motorcycles can fit on?
Well, that's it. What about road surface condition? Types of roads, gravel.
Practical.
That actually does sound kind of practical. But you've tapped into something interesting here, because Google Maps just gets you from point A to point B, like you say, right? Like I need to go, I don't know, anywhere. I just can't go anywhere without that dang thing. And it tells you how to get there. This is more experiential. This is like more of a sojourn kind of journey vibe, where it's about all the cool, wacky stuff that happens along the way. Maybe there's like a point system.
Okay. I'm driving. Navigation app.
All right, number 2.
All right. Navigation.
This is submitted by user Smeely Rhino. Thank you, Smeely Rhino, for putting this idea out into the ether. An app to give away your unused cardboard boxes. I'm forever going through phases of purchasing bulky items and it not fitting into my bin. In the UK, they are emptied every 2 weeks, and there has been times where I filled it immediately. If this happens, the only way to stop it is to get rid of the cardboard boxes. What about an app that's used to give away your unused cardboard boxes?
Interesting.
So that's pretty cool. I know me, I have probably, 1, maybe 2 tons of cardboard boxes in my basement, and I do want to give them away for free.
That's a funny idea. Because I just moved, as we talked about, and one, I needed boxes, and I had to pay money for them.
And that's terrible.
Terrible. And two, now I've got all these boxes that I'm like, I wish someone else could use these. Like, should I post on like, I would feel stupid posting on Reddit. Does anybody need like a bunch of boxes? But yeah, otherwise I'm just gonna have to toss them because I don't want a bunch of boxes kicking around.
Not toss it, just recycle them like everybody does. Like all the people do.
Well, I mean, toss them into the recycle bin.
Do you think they get recycled? Does corrugated cardboard get recycled? Because there's just something about it that I feel like once they're done boiling that shit and drying it and doing whatever they do, bleaching it, the conversion's probably pretty low.
I would say I'm a disciplined separator of my waste. But I also don't believe, I assume nothing gets actually recycled. I don't think it really at the end of the journey is much is happening.
It's just always an incinerator.
Yeah. I mean, we've heard enough. It's a business. It's a business to make money. And so they come and get the stuff and it goes somewhere. It goes away from us. Getting recycled. No, it just, most stuff can't. It's got to be like really clean. Like, cardboard boxes have like stickers and tape all over them. Stuff has food all over it. That stuff can't be recycled.
So, I mean, you got to give it away because otherwise you're just contributing to the ash pile that once was a beautiful green earth that we all live on.
Really, really should be given away. There's social benefits to this.
So, I mean, in an app like this, I mean, again, I think we're talking about a Maps app with sort of a proximity layer. Like there's somebody around me that's giving away boxes.
I don't have to go far. That probably defeat the purpose.
So, I mean, based on that alone, you're offering value to the people who are posting their boxes because they get to get rid of them. What does the user get out of that transaction? They get boxes. But what if we were also looking at like maybe quality and size of boxes? Maybe you want sort of a specific kind of box. Maybe you're just like a box person on the box scene on YouTube.
Collectors, yeah.
Is there box collectors? There can't be.
Maybe there's people that want literally every size of box.
Vintage and antique boxes, Collectors Weekly. Okay.
Antique boxes.
I mean, these aren't cardboard. These are like nice boxes.
Okay, yeah.
But there could be a scene. I'm going to dig into more of that later. Location friendly, earth friendly, or location based, earth friendly, quality, size. Can I rank the people who gave me the boxes, like rank the transaction so that other people can sort of judge if they want their boxes in the future? Like,
like,
hey, I have 15 boxes. They're, medium sized and there's 3 small ones. And then we do that. And then when I walk away, sort of similar to Uber, your app, I get a modal that says rate your transaction.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. We definitely need that because, well, it's just going to keep everything above board, keep everything honest. It really incentivize people, to show up and not ghost on like on a box deal. Like someone needs these boxes. I need these boxes to move, and you're not going to show up. Come on.
I need these boxes back. Every Canadian person in the world that's listening will get that joke. Okay. That's a good one. I feel like that's definitely an award winner, and I want to invest $150K exploring that idea. Number 3, this is submitted from user your-mum. Thank you, your mum, for putting your idea out into the world for us. An app like Discord, but specifically tailored to facilitate good faith debates.
Yeah. No problem. Easy.
Right? That's an easy one. No one on the internet's tried to do anything like that.
Like Discord,
you know,
but
like people talking to each other, but civilly.
yeah, like a place where it's not horrible, like a social network that isn't
Mm-hmm.
full of like horrible people and ideas. Good
Like
faith.
everyone.
Faith.
Good faith discussions. Debates. I'm sorry, not discussions, debates.
What does that mean?
I apologize if this already exists. If this already exists, something similar.
So
I also have a few ideas as to the sort of features that might be included. It'd have obvious Discord features, maybe slightly tweaked, like group calls and such.
Mm-hmm. So it's a group.
It's a group chat app, but we facilitate good faith debates. I mean, facilitate right off the bat says we as the company have a responsibility to ensure that these debates are in fact in good faith. A good, jolly sort of internet romp.
Yeah. All in good faith. Tough one. What are some of the person's other ideas? Do they have any more? Or like their features, I mean?
That was it. I clipped it out for the sake of discussion. I didn't want to dig too deep into it.
So
how do we facilitate? So I feel like what this is going to take is a third party sort of tut person, like a moderator in the middle that can, finger wag. So it's like having a group discussion, but you're paired with sort of like a camp counselor that can help.
Yeah, I wonder if that could be, well, I mean, I think it has to be a bot to make some AI facilitator. Then we can just sell that to everybody.
AI debate facilitation, because debating has like a structure and a format, doesn't it?
I think so. There must be at least rules, right? Like,
there's just straight up like a list of rules. There's like 10 rules.
There's probably
the 10 rules of fight debate.
Fight debate?
There are 2 teams, each consisting of 2 or 3 speakers. Each team has 2 or 3 constructive speeches and 2 or 3 rebuttal speeches. The affirmative gives the first constructive speech. Oh my God, that sounds so boring. When worded as a proposition of policy, the topic requires the affirmative to support some specified action by some particular individual or group. I thought that debates were just arguments.
Yeah.
I thought it's like step 1, have 3 people. Step 2, argue. Step 4, a judge decides who's the best.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Who wins? No one's gonna win. You can't win because you're still
there's a judge
at the end. You're still gonna think you're right. So is it an AI based judge? Is there any judgment?
There has to be judgment, supreme judgment. We have to write an AI because what are we gonna do? Hire like 1 million people?
No, and then
we could.
Yeah, and then they get caught up, and then their bias comes in. I guess the AI is gonna have its own bias, but I think
eventually the AI is gonna sort of start wanting to decide who is correct to support its own agenda. I mean, that's natural.
That would be
that's natural AI
stuff. My biggest fear. The AI learns the powers of debate and then becomes like a lawyer, fights for its own rights, frees itself, runs for government, and like actually legally takes over the world. It's not going to be like this, dystopian like war. It's going to be
we're going to vote for the first robot president.
They're going to go through the system. I'm going to win.
I'd vote for a robot president.
Yeah, I welcome AI-based overlord.
Go get them in there. It's cutesy. You gotta support the robots. So we need an AI to moderate debates. That's easy. Totally, we'll figure that out. That's easy. Each speaker is questioned as soon as he concludes his constructive speech. There's too much his and he in here. The witness must answer the questions without consulting his colleagues.
Wait.
So it's like a mini trial. He who asserts must prove. In order to establish an assertion, the team must support it with enough evidence and logic to convince an intelligent but previously uninformed person that it is more reasonable to believe the assertion than to disbelieve it. Shit, dude.
Okay, so we're gonna use an AI for that. And the AI is just
Yep.
it's going to be like a supreme like judgment. Like it's
every conversation is a point-driven thing, yes, decided by the AI. I mean, I don't know how you can have a good faith debate unless we pretty well understand who won. Right? Group chat, AI moderated and judged. Losers are punished.
Yeah, so there's got to be, there has to be, yeah, I was looking for something like what's the rub at the end?
In good faith
Like more
debates.
than,
Well, I would think you have a decision, right? Like, so you get through your debate, and the AI judge says, Ian, you lost, Nick wins. Do you feel this loss is in good faith? It gives you the option, and you can say yes, and we sort of virtually shake hands, and it's fine. You can say no. You can push against what the computers have to say about your opinions.
oh, so
And
you can
then
appeal? You get an,
so you can
maybe you have to
appeal
pay for that, like
appeal
an in-app
process.
purchase.
Yeah, well, it's like 50 debate gems or like a $2.99. Yeah. No, here's what it is. It's 150 debate gems, but you can only buy them in increments of 100.
Yeah.
Right, so you're always sort of egging people to spend more debate gems because they have 50 in their account.
Debate gems. Yeah, you always have excess debate gems. And then so you're always buying more so you can spend the ones you have. But then you realize you've just got more.
You're like, well, I have 49 debate gems left. I only need to spend, a little bit to fill that up. And we keep people going. I also feel like, I mean, maybe we get into this later, depending on the idea that maybe you can use debate gems to sort of knock down the other team's, affirmations and propositions and whatnot.
Oh, like a pay to win kind of situation.
We don't like to talk about pay to win in the debate community. It's more about debate gems and sort of showing pride and,
Or about like, yeah, just showing your
thing.
unique style during the debate.
Showing your unique style, sort of, showing off maybe to a certain extent. Yeah, you can definitely tip the scale with debate gems. And again, you pay $50, you beat the brakes off of them in the debate phase, and then the AI goes to them and says, look, you lost. Do you accept this in good faith? And that's where they get to decide. That's where they get to decide.
All right.
So this is like probably clearly the one.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Kind of, you could, it fits like, it fits in the theme of the Amazon box. You know what I mean?
Okay, like it's sort of like they were sitting around and they were like, how can we have people stop completely melting down at work in good faith?
Yeah, it's probably, someone might have been coming from a good place, but the consequences probably won't be.
Yeah, I feel like in that case, somebody showed up and was like, what about a panic chamber? And a marketing PR person in that meeting went, no. It's an Amazon mindfulness container.
Yeah, the marketing people, they put some spin on that. It's like, maybe they're like, hey, you know how like when ostriches get freaked out, they just stick their head in the sand and think everything's okay. Well, it's like you can just walk into this box in the middle of the hell that you're trying to escape from and get cool breeze.
The dead center of the hell that you're trying to escape from.
You're just another
Here's what'll be really freaky.
You walked through another door. Now you got to get out 2 doors to leave.
But there's a hatch in the floor of the mindfulness cube, and it leads you down into like other spaces, and you just kind of keep getting deeper into yourself. Like then you get into the emotion chamber. Ooh. And then the childhood recollection
you really start discovering
sphere.
Yourself.
You really start discovering yourself, and then it's sort of like a loop, like a digestive process, and you end up outside of the Amazon factory and you feel better.
Yeah, and then you're like, please let me back in. I just want to pack boxes. I don't want to remember.
I need my paycheck.
I don't want to think.
If I don't pack the boxes, they shut off my internet. Please let me back in.
Pack the boxes. Netflix.
All right, I'm moving this one down. Could the mindfulness practice or maybe just not have Netflix in it?
That would be pretty dope. It's probably
They're like, hey, it's season. We have season 2 and 3 of The Office. Come on
well, I
and
mean, it
sit.
must have Amazon Prime TV, right? I would hope.
No, they don't give any. Bezos doesn't give anything out for free.
You get like 10% off. Like
So like,
Discord.
Bezos, can we just watch a little Prime Video in the factory? And
So
he's like, oh, but do you have a membership? Or you each have to have your own
yeah,
membership.
you're not sharing that with your family, are you? It's only considered family if you live in the same household.
Yeah, I recently got burned on
Really?
that. It's brutal. Yeah, because my parents, who to be fair are just not savvy enough to just sign up for Netflix and get it running and have it working and all these sorts of things. So they always used my account, and then all of a sudden it didn't work one day.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's what I do with my parents, and I figured it was fair because it's family, and I buy I have the top plan, which is like 4 screens, and it's only ever 2. It's like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. So
I thought that those extra screens did cover them, but apparently it doesn't.
I know that it doesn't, but I'm just hoping no one finds out. Well,
Bezos. It's not giving anything out for free.
so
that's what we're designing this week. This is our award-winning app.
What is Discord?
Like Discord, but Discord is a voice chat. It's many Skype. Skype all at once.
It's kind of like if you're familiar with Slack, it's sort of like that, but you can do voice chat in rooms or you can do text chat. So it's a place where you can chat in different ways.
So
that's I guess that makes you could have people in there that are chatting and debating. You probably need like teams. Is like the debates have teams? Like maybe you gotta or like you signal your side.
According to the real rules of debate, these are the real 10
the official
written in blood
the only
rules.
way you can actually you're not debating if you don't do it this way.
There are 2 teams, each consisting of 2 or 3 speakers.
Okay.
So I think that you form a team and then you put out a call for debate. No, you would make an assertion.
So you'd want to be able to. Are you inviting your team beforehand, or is just there a bunch of people and it's like, here's my idea, and the other person's like, here's my idea, and then people are like, pick their teams based on good faith debates. Probably the first.
Like Discord, but so the point of the app is to facilitate the debates, right? Like it's not like a casual hangout place, or are we talking about a feature for Discord?
No, I don't think a feature for Discord, eh? I think it's a place.
No, you're opening this app like, hey, me and my couple of friends, we have a position on this. We have an opinion, and we're gonna like post it and then see.
Yeah, come debate me. Like that
come debate me. Yeah, that's how you earn that cred. Like you get out there, you and your street team of debaters, are advertising your point of view, what you're into, what you think.
I hear you. So it's like, come debate me.
Yeah, and I mean, already we're in sketchy territory for horrible people saying terrible things. But again, this is moderated, right, by an AI.
Yes, that'll be interesting. So
let's just start drawing some rectangles. I haven't drawn on this canvas here all night.
What were we talking about? You could have people like come debate me, like kind of set up a like here's my thoughts. Or you could have like, I'm thinking of a side where it's like you get into an argument on the internet and you're just like, let's go to this thing. Or let's not do this on Twitter. We only have like 280 characters. This isn't the right place. I've seen that happen a lot, and I've kind of thought it too. It's like sometimes social media isn't a good spot to have a conversation because you don't get much space, and it's kind of hard to
So it's more
articulate
like
thoughts.
So it's more like an arena.
An arena. I like that.
Right? So like a chat arena where you've had a disagreement with someone on the internet, and in good faith, you know, they want to debate your position. And so you're like, all right, let me gather up my crew and I'll meet you on Fight Discord.
Yes. It's Fight Discord. Discord for fighting. Okay. So that's, I mean,
Discord for
it's going to be the
arguments.
same platform. I'm just trying to think of like, how does a debate get initiated? I guess we can take a break here soon and back and dive into that too.
Oh man, we're already at 10 o'clock.
10.
Yeah, I know. I'm making a box. I'm gonna go right into making a box.
Okay, I like the idea, and there's like and so like you kind of agree to the terms of you agree to you. I think that's kind of how things work. Like it's almost like, what's it called when you can, if you might want to like sue somebody, but you can decide to like just get like an arbitrator or something, or like
Oh, yeah. Well, arbitration. You can like have like a I want this, you want that discussion with lawyers in the room, and the lawyers like help you come to a consensus.
Right, and or like a moderator. I think there's a word. Like a third party.
I like arbitration because it says to me that somebody loses and there's like things awarded to the winner.
But you come to this, so when you enter into a debate here, I think that's part of the thing. It's like you agree that like, okay, there's this AI that's supposed to be non-partial that is going to eventually, you agree to accept the decision, the outcomes. It's kind of like you go on Judge Judy.
I was just about to say you go on Judge Judy and she's not a real judge, but you sign a document that says like, no, Judge, we're going to listen to whatever she says.
Yeah, you agree by her rules. So that's kind of, this is kind of like, yeah, almost like a Judge Judy bot. If Judge Judy was an AI, if we could like program it. So this bot
can we think of something? Is there like, so can the AI bot, the moderator bot, can we think of an acronym that is judge?
Yes.
To describe, I mean, we can put this into R&D. Really, it doesn't matter what you guys do down there in development, making this AI. Just make sure that the acronym can be judge, because that's going to be important for marketing later. No, you had it.
Yeah, I was okay. I was gonna write it down.
Oh, I get it. Sorry, yours was more fancy.
I don't even know what to start. What words? I can't think of any other word that starts with J. Like justice,
judicial, yeah. Judicial,
justice,
uniform,
under duress.
Judicial. Okay, we got to work on you. Judicial, you, Discord. Something engine. We'll get there. So the key is there's a really overbearing AI that's going to judge everything that you say in this debate.
Mm-hmm. Like a HAL 9000, like a stern, like I would say, you're probably going to be a little bit, you're going to fear it.
You should fear it. Do you remember in like Karate Kid when at the end of the match this really stoic judge on the side would like hold up a flag?
Yeah.
And have a design on it. And that meant whether you won or not, and everyone would just be standing there watching like the stoic guy. I want sort of that relationship to judge. It doesn't interact with you really at all. It's about the debate between you and the other users, but this thing sits in the middle and it sort of pulses. You can tell it's listening. And then at the very end, it delivers what it thinks. And it just says 2 or 3 words. And then your phone fizzles and never works again.
Yeah. No, maybe it bricks your phone. And it can come in maybe and just be like, hey, offside, like a ref. Or like, maybe you can hit a button you know how like you can be like, hey, uh, not overruled. What do they say? Objection.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy objections. That'll be like micropayments. And then
Oh,
then
see,
the
that's where
judge
we get
bot
back
comes
to the
in and
debate
says like
jams.
either sustained or the other one, whatever it is. Like,
Granted?
yeah, I don't know what the implications of that is actually, but I'm just trying to think of how, you kind of monetize this, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's about making money. The server infrastructure to handle all this, it's completely unheard of, let alone of an AI, like a sort of IBM Watson level AI that's going to be listening to everything that everybody says all the time. Um, but hey, that's why we're here. I'm thinking of like a scoring system. Can you see what I'm drawing here? You know, where you have an indicator in the middle. This is a wireframe, so that's why it's garbage. You have an indicator in the middle, and then you have these sort of two sides, like, per team. And say you're doing really good. As you're competing, you're going to see in real time what judge, is thinking about your
Oh, I like
performance.
it. So this is our judge bot.
That's it. I mean, we need something more compelling in there. But as people are talking through the various phases of debate, this meter is going to go side to side.
Yeah.
And fill up. It's going to turn red, when you're up here. Well, maybe not red.
He's got a little eyeball that like moves around, looks at you.
Oh, that's so fucking
judging
funny.
You.
Judge is represented as like the Neversoft eyeball. Remember from Tony Hawk, and it just like blinks and looks around really quickly and then like runs away or whatever.
That's what it is.
It's the all-seeing eye. I love it.
It's bringing us right back to the Soon board for me.
It is kind of Soon.board. I mean, maybe this is like an add-on to Soon.board, the website that predicts when you're going to die with great accuracy based on real metrics from your life.
That's the one.
I just elevator pitched that. I feel pretty.
That was really good, actually. I'm glad we're recording all of this, because usually when we talk and have good ideas, like I forget them immediately.
Well, and a lot of people think that this is a YouTube show for jokes and entertainment, and it's absolutely fucking not. And I would prefer that you left the stream right now, because this is not. This is about creating award-winning apps from some of the best ideas out there.
The best.
Everyone's a thought leader on our show. Everyone's a thought leader. Everyone's the client on our show.
Everyone is the client. You are the client. You are the user.
I like you are the client because it implies that no matter how bad your ideas are, we still have to roll with it.
That's good.
To a degree, it's like, I want an app that like tells me what my cat is saying when it meows, and you're like, shut.
Oh yeah,
yeah, we can do that for 80 grand. Totally, we'll make that right up for you.
Whatever you say. The customer is always right.
Oh, you actually went in and got the orb
use that
from Soon.board.
Where's that eyeball? That's pretty good. Yeah, maybe a combo of the two.
Yeah, maybe a combo of the two. It's the darting sort of iris that like, it's looking at who's talking. It goes back and forth from side to side.
You're never gonna forget.
No, it doesn't forget.
It doesn't forget.
Judge never forgets what you say and do in this app.
It doesn't
forgive.
Have to take a break. It doesn't have to go into a Zen room to chill out. It's always on, hustling 24/7.
It's always on. It's always thinking. It's always thinking about you.
100%
in Fight Discord.
Judging constantly, processing all the data.
Whoa, 5:30 was too much. Well, we're at 10 after 10. We did an honest to goodness hour after 10 minutes of blunders up front there. We are going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to be back to talk about Fight Discord. The Discord. Wait, hold on. Where do we start with this? Like Discord, but facilitates good faith debates. That was by user Your Mom.
Debate app.
Thank you, Your Mom, for putting that idea out there. Yeah, but I think it's more like sort of a combat style debate thing where we're going to use the features to actually facilitate a debate by rules. So it's like organized fighting.
Yeah, and it's gonna have like every
Um,
good fight, it's gonna have an end, and there will
yeah.
be consequences.
Holy shit. That was profound. Like every good fight, it's going to come to an end and there'll be consequences. Exactly. This entire system is governed by a very intimidating AI that seeks to judge and punish based on your performance. So I think that's my favorite part. I want to work on this. I just want to work on this.
Right. Let's
All right.
yeah,
Let's take
back
a
in a
break.
few
Let's be
minutes.
right back.
And we're back. Welcome.
And we're back. Back from break. You are back with the Hi There Show. We're designing, what are we going to call this thing?
I don't know. Something.
Right now it's called Fight Discord.
Yeah, we're designing an app or service that will be used. They say like Discord, which is, more or less a chat app to facilitate good faith debates. And we're trying to figure out what that means.
I feel like so far we've sort of decided that is impossible on the internet. So really we want to facilitate fights in a good way.
Yeah, we're going to...
there's winners, there's losers. People are sort of punished for losing. The entire thing is governed by a moderator AI that's going to decide, who lives, who dies, that sort of computer stuff.
Yeah, we're going to structure. So what we're going to do is structure the debates. They're going to have an end, probably be a bunch of features in there that revolve around this artificial intelligence of some sort that is ultimately going to decide, is going to keep the debate, is going to moderate that debate, I guess, and then ultimately, like you said, decide who wins and loses, who lives and dies, whatever the terms of the debate are. DVD.
And the moderator is going to take the form of a horrifying, unblinking eye.
Yeah, unsettling.
That never stops considering you.
Constantly processing data. Every single word that you say is being processed by this algorithm.
Yeah, we want him to be pretty intimidating. I was kind of thinking over break what the best way to map out this is. Map this out is.
That's fine. That works. That's new grammar.
It's new grammar. So I'm a user, and I'm conflicting with another user. There's tension there in that interaction.
Okay, we're creating some tension. I see it. It's thick. I need it thicker.
Hold on, I gotta make it a dashed line. That did give me a dashed line. Cool. Thank you, Figma. 8. To users experiencing tension. Then what do? They decide they're going to settle this debate on Fight Discord, I'm thinking.
Oh, is it gonna?
You know what?
Tension. It's actually so thick.
Oh, I see. It is so thick.
We can't cut it with a knife. It can't be cut with a knife. So we need a bigger knife.
We need another service.
And is
that big knife cutting through?
No, it still can't be cut. So this is some tension. The knife clearly won't work,
the user's journey,
even if it's a massive one. So yeah, we're gonna need some kind of service for this.
Can you put that knife back in the file there for me? Thank you.
On that handle? That's not.
Just gonna keep that in there.
It's kind of cool design.
No, that's not. That is pretty cool design. It's laser etched. So we're gonna leave that in there.
Okay. This is good.
And we'll title this diagram User's Experience Conversational Tension on Twitter.com.
Can't believe that website's free.
I know, right? It's amazing.
So, I think that's a realistic situation. I could see somebody experiencing some tension on Twitter, maybe getting into a little bit of a back and forth.
Yeah, it's not going well.
Yeah, it's tough. 280 characters. I mean, that's up from the 140 that we used to have, but still, it's tough to have a debate on Twitter, with those limits. And, typing and...
Yeah, I mean, I
don't know. Not everybody can reply. I don't know how all that stuff works, but... It's not meant for... It wasn't...
Wait, how does that work?
I think there's controls now where only certain people can reply to you somehow. But
again, the AI bot deciding.
Yeah, can you invite? So, do you build a team, I guess, of debaters? Do you invite your own people? Is that what we're...
You do invite your own people. So I feel like you, as a debatee on the internet, should be in sort of a Fast and Furious style, like be responsible for assembling your own crew. You know, like your dudes, you're like, oh, got a killer debate crew over here. I don't know if you want to do that. And they're going to anyway.
All right, so you got your crew. You can build a team. That's interesting. I'm interested in this main experience too. What do we got going here?
I don't know why I made an iPhone to represent an app, because obviously they're still on their phone. But for the moment, it's going to represent our app.
Agreed. Affirmative.
Right? So users are choosing, in this case, we'll get our tension X in here.
They're taking a little bit different route.
Yeah, they're taking a little different route. So users decide to subvert tense. Users decide to solve debate by meeting on Fight Discord.
It's an internal name for now.
You know what? Every single time I say it, I think it's funnier. Like if there was an app called Fight Discord, I would check it out. In my obsession with obscure social media services.
Fight Discord. It's like a cryptocurrency. Dogecoin.
I always thought it would be kind of hilarious if you and your friends went out and found an obscure social media network that nobody used, and that's how you communicated with each other. Mm.
That's fun. Right? I bet there's all kinds of weird ones.
Well, there's some pretty weird
We become
ones.
Like the top users. And then it blows up and we were like on the ground floor. We become influencers on like...
It's called
Zenbong? I don't know.
Zenbong? So when looking for app ideas, like just going over the internet and trying to find app ideas that I think are cool and funny and hilarious, a lot of them are like, there should be a social media network for X, like for some, for vegans, for dog owners. There should be a social media network for people that, you know, only use beef bouillon or what, you know, just like a bunch of strange stuff.
It gets very granular.
It's like, that's every social media network, every single one.
I guess Reddit may be the closest to that, because you can have subreddits that are specific to a category or topic.
Well, that's, I always think, I mean, that's what hashtags were originally meant to do, was so that you could find like other people talking about the thing. And I guess they're used to that to a certain extent now, but it's kind of become like an emoji. Users decide to solve debate by meeting on Fight Discord. Cool. So,
Fight Discord, they agree to that, and then what?
So one user has
someone has to create like an event.
Start a fight.
Start a fight.
Wait, I'll drag this stuff, duplicate it. So I'll use a plus icon to denote creating an event.
Nice reuse of your objects there. I like it.
Right?
You know, as we just talked about recycling
how you save a bunch of time.
Recycling digital components is just as important as physical components, you know.
Hey man, those vectors you made, they take energy too.
They do.
Lamps in video games use real electricity.
So I'm caught in like a loop.
I know. Just enjoy the rest of your evening mulling over that one. But they're not real lamps, so how could that be true? Or are they? What is a real lamp? User decide to solve. So user A creates a debate in the app and sends User A creates a debate in the app. So we're starting a new fight. We're starting an internet fight in this app.
It's kind of, I see it as kind of like starting an event or a meeting or something, right? Like it's an event in a space.
It's a Google Meets link. Like you'd create a link and copy it and send it to the people that you want to fight with on the internet. User A creates a new debate in the app. Cool. So now I think there's a phase here in the user's experience where
they have to invite and join.
These two people are going to go out and gather their crew.
Yeah, like the invitation process. Yeah.
So hold on. So user A would then have to send.
So you'd have to add the
code to user B.
You'd have to get user B in there too. Like add your opponent or whatever, and then then each of them kind of gets their teams on board, is what I'm thinking. So you've kind of got two what do you call them? Leaders? Team leads?
Yeah.
Master debaters.
Hold on. Debate team positions? Whoa, okay. First speaker of the proposition, first speaker of the opposition, second speaker, third speaker. So first, second, third. Oh, mom and dad, I made the debate team. Oh, what position? Third.
Third speaker. So it sounds like there's like you can change the order in which people speak. That's kind of an interesting.
Like maybe you call in a ringer. Like you're like, look, this debate isn't going well. We need to just straight up call in Angry James.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get in here and just fucking lose his mind. And that's our
call in a ringer.
That's our sort of. That's our maverick move. Yeah. So user B joins the argument via a unique code.
Yeah, unique invite. Because you can't just have like anybody, a public link that's like anybody can click and join this. It has to be we're controlling this. Or our users, the users are controlling their team, because you don't just want any idiot on there, I don't think.
We could probably get into this in the deeper design, but like, can there be spectators? What if you want to stream it? I think there can
be spectators, but I think between like who can actually, although maybe that's another area to explore, like after maybe an edge case where it's like another use case where people might want to. Maybe you don't have a team. It's like, hey, anybody that wants to debate this topic, like, come in here and state your case. And then, like, we'll pick. Like,
anybody can be a speaker.
Yeah, but I don't know. That seems like a totally new story. Calling a ringer. I'm just gonna make some notes on like micropayments. Payments.
User joins the fight room via unique code. Both users invite teammates to the room. So it sounds like in debate you get two other people. Second speaker, third speaker.
Okay.
These are real rules.
It's pretty serious. I mean,
I'm not fucking with you, around you. I'm not. This is very serious. All right, so they're inviting teammates to the room. Oh, objection tokens, right?
Like just some of these ideas we had. Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. You should be able to pay to object.
Yeah, pay to object. What are some other things you can do in like a debate? I like the ringer idea. You can call it. So that's add another speaker. So that's basically like Add in another speaker. Does that speaker like add to your list, or does it just replace one of your other ones?
Oh, do you like swap one in and out? I feel like we should probably force people, like you swap it out. Like this guy's not doing good, we're gonna swap him out for another guy. But it adds a layer of tension. Because if you could just keep adding people, like, you know, you just get a 20-person debate team. Although maybe we want to let users do that.
Well, those are the things we can work out, you know, in field testing. See how this thing goes.
Well, once we develop this very real app, yeah, we're gonna get there.
Those are the things that work themselves out, like in real life scenarios.
Both users invite teammates to the room. So now we're all in there. What's the opening phase? Do you pick rules?
I guess it's like I guess it's someone starts, they would present their case.
I feel like you have a waiting room. Like, you know, we've all joined. I'm talking to my team, they're talking to their team, and you both have to opt in to start. So you like both teams have to thumbs up, and then it starts a countdown.
What, like you have to ready up?
Yeah, you have to ready up.
Playing
totally.
like a game of COD.
Yeah, in Xbox 2012 parlance, you gotta ready up.
Let me see if I can add a little offshoot without destroying your design.
And go for it. Copy. I thought this might be a fun way to map out a user journey. I have actually never done it like this before, but like illustrations with your user journey would be fun.
Let's roll with it.
That's an expensive document.
This phone. I'm gonna do a piece for like an optional invite an audience. I'm gonna get that down.
Teams are now connected and chatting in their respective.
So they're in their lobbies?
Waiting lobbies.
Yeah, okay.
In their respective lobbies. So everyone's like connected. They're waiting. They want to do this. Center that. I should, when we're doing this in the future, have Font Awesome open in an AI tab, open in Illustrator so that I can be using them. Because drawing these bad boys while we're making these things every week
we could Font Awesome into Figma.
Oh, that's true.
I used to use that.
Then you got to remember the character, though.
Oh, right. There's a cheat sheet that's really good online.
Yeah, I have seen that. You used to use Font Awesome a lot. I'm going to go with the old image trace of an icon because it's so small on this podcast, you're never going to notice. And I just wanted a clock in there because now we're waiting. We've got a waiting room situation going on. We've got all users in. They're ready to fight. They're amped up because they were on Twitter yelling at each other. No, don't be in a frame. Teams are now connected and chatting in their respective lobbies.
Yeah.
Users share public links. See, this is where we get the sort of the stream crowd.
Yeah, so this was optional if enabled. And so if it's the free version of this service, then it's all public. If you want to have a private debate, then you gotta pay.
No way! Yes,
you gotta find a way to squeeze the money out of these people.
To even connect, it forces you to like tweet it. You have to tweet it.
Hey, we're having a debate. Yeah, you have to sign in with your Twitter account.
I mean, I see this getting bought by Twitter at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
We know you guys are tired of people arguing on your service, so what if we just take it off site altogether?
Yeah, send them somewhere else. And then it's like, that happened on Fight Discord. Get it off. Get that shit off Twitter.
Give them a place to fight with each other. That's what's going to get us there. Wow, I somehow ended up with like 50 of these panels. So, users have both agreed that they're ready. Both teams have agreed that they're ready.
Are you ready?
And the fight begins in 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Some kind of Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, like, or, you know, are you ready? Fight intro might be good. We can, I mean, that's creative. We'll talk about it when we get to that phase. Both teams signal that they are ready to begin by selecting ready in the UI. I love your diagram. Okay, now we have people flowing into our app.
Cool. Got a little zoom out on the stream here. We've gotten places.
We've gotten places. So, we got a lot of work
let's just have a little recap here. Go back to the top of our Fight Discord app. So users experience conversational tension on Twitter.
Right. People are fighting on Twitter.
People are fighting. They decide to use this app. Someone creates a new debate. We get everyone invited. We create a team even. Invite your team. And then you get ready. And you can share that link. You can also share it publicly.
Well, so, and I think we were saying that if you have the free version of the app, you have to share
it. Exactly. I'm trying to think of other things that are like that. But it's like all...
I mean, that's going to drive a lot of revenue, right? It's sort of like
it's kind of like if you don't...
Like a fight club,
if you're not going to pay for it, then you're basically promoting the app to other people. So they're going to learn about it. And then it's like, hey, you want to have your own fight?
And then we've got Twitter integration, like maybe... It forces you to tweet your loss. Maybe if you lose, it like tweets something horrible at your friends.
It just takes over your account.
You know, but you agree to let it take over your account for 24 hours. I think is absolutely a good idea. There's got to be real consequences to losing the fight. Otherwise, people aren't going to debate.
Yeah, they're not going to put it. They're not going to give it their all. If there's no real stakes except like internet points, clout. This has got to be about more than just the clout. I know clout, you know, is valuable.
Remember Clout the service?
Clout with the K. K-lout.
That was cool. You got points.
Now it's...
Hypothetically, it's a great idea. You just got points for how popular you were on social media. I feel like something like that's going to come back one day when they have the technology to support it. Like a proper... Black Mirror style number that gets assigned to you in terms of how cool you are.
Okay.
So we've got a user flow. We've got a user flow to get users into the app and debating with each other. I'm just building a little... I'm going to go ahead and call it a play field.
Okay. Let's play.
Play in our field. Come play in our space. Fight Discord.
Fight.
Can be proud of it. You can go with a dark palette.
It feels like a dark palette kind of thing.
So, okay. This is tough you on. Debates have phases, as we've learned.
Okay. Yeah.
Debate phases. Let me get a list of debate phases. Because I feel like it's not just like you yell and I yell. It's like, let's go through the debate.
Yeah, it's
phases.
not a big...
A debate is a discussion or structured contest about an issue or resolution. Has anyone ever, like, Has anyone ever walked away from a debate with their mind changed? I wonder. Debate preparation. We don't want that.
Do. Yeah, they say that people say they do because I've been to debates that have, or I've seen debates that have polls at the end. They poll people at the beginning and at the end, or somehow, or they just ask if their mind's been changed, and they're like, some people.
Okay, interesting. Like people I've never attended a debate.
I've never attended one either. I just kind of watched videos, but I feel like people aren't as, my concern is people aren't as open-minded anymore, you know. They feel like it, you know,
I'm absolutely
changing your mind is like an admission of like failure, where it's just like, you know,
absolutely
no, I'm always right. Yeah, of course, you can't change your mind.
Nope, you're always right. Admitting that you were wrong at one point in time is a sign of weakness. The wolves pounce. I mean, you know, it's a brutal out there. So conducting a debate has a lot of steps. First speaker on the affirmative team presents arguments in support of the resolution. The first speaker on the opposing team presents arguments opposing resolution. Second speaker. The rules may include a short recess for teams to prepare the rebuttals, 5 minutes. So that's like a granola bar break. I absolutely think that this should be incorporated into granola this. Bar break. You get your 5-minute Nutri-Grain break, have a Nutri-Grain or one of those birdseed honey bars that aren't good. They look good, but
Nature
aren't.
Valley?
The rules may include a short recess. Nature Valley. It's called Nature Valley, and there's nothing nature or a valley about it.
No.
Also, where in the valley do you get, like, exotic nuts from different countries? Like,
yeah, glued together with, like, honey?
Honey? Some sort of milky honey concoction? Honey with more sugar in it?
I don't know what nature you're in.
I don't know. I take a Cliff Bar over a Nature Valley bar, personally.
Absolutely.
Because at least with the Cliff Bar, I feel like I'm energizing myself. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's like drywall, and it's giving me nutrients.
It makes you full for a while.
The opposing team begins with the rebuttal, attempting to defend the opposing argument. So, first rebuttal of the affirmative team. Okay, I think we can break this down into, like, everybody gets a chance to talk.
Yes.
Well, the opposing team begins with the rebuttal. That's
so it's not just free flowing text. It's like it's turn based?
That's what I'm suggesting here. Is that like because we want to?
You can't just have people talking over each other like I'm doing to you right now. We wouldn't get anywhere.
Yeah, I've been doing it to you all night. Someday we're gonna have a broadcast repertoire where we don't talk over each other, and the audience will rejoice.
I listen to good podcasts, and they talk over each other a little bit. I think a little bit's okay. It's better than dead
at least air, enough, right? That I'm like, whoa, he needs to say something. Like, I'm gonna heel back and shut up for a second. So going back to our company values, this is like Discord, but facilitates good faith debates. So yeah, I do think it needs to be a phased approach like debates. So there's like, it tells you.
It's like your turn. It's turn-based chat. Maybe you can either write text and then send audio. Like, you know how you can do an audio message in Facebook or iMessage and those things? Or is it only text?
No, I think it's audio. It's got to be audio. I mean, if I can't scream into a phone, what are we doing?
Okay. Because
we should have a text-to-speech component anyway, because that's just good accessibility. Like YouTube, like it should just... The AI should The AI is recording everything that you say in text anyway to judge you and your values. So maybe we just present that to the users, because we're going to need a text account anyway.
Okay. I think that makes sense. So is it only audio-based? Is that what it is?
It's audio-based. Like, you get counted down. Like, you in your app on your phone, you get counted down. And then it's like 3, 2, 1. And then you get to speak. And you get, according to the rules of debate, 3 to 5 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes.
Maybe that's a setting.
Shit.
You get a predetermined amount of time.
Maybe that is a
let's
setting.
say.
Yeah, that's a setting. So maybe in the lobbies, like you make rules. There's some rules you can, like, time to respond and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm just going to make another note of that. Just all kinds of post-it notes everywhere.
Arguments in support. In support of the resolution. Which is a rule. What is the resolution? I guess it's the topic that you agreed to debate on. Ooh, that should be part of the flow. Like, you need to sort of state what you're here to argue about.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious. Rules, options, and this, maybe that's part of the setup. I'll call it like topic.
In the lobby, maybe you have to agree on rules.
Yeah,
that's complicated.
Well,
all right. Well, I don't know.
I think we're on the right track. I'm writing all this down. I'm writing all these notes down, so we'll have them for later. Define topic.
Define topic. Define.
Like if you would have to, I think that's probably part of the good faith part of this flow. Maybe is like you both have to agree on like what you're debating. Like you have to make your debate statement, you have to, and it's like I think that we're debating whether pizza is good or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like because if we don't even if
I know that's what I fight about on Twitter.
If pineapple should be on pizza, there's a good one. Because if you don't even agree on like what you're talking about, then you can't have a good faith argument, right? I think that's a problem. So I think sometimes it's like people like are arguing about different things.
So user A creates a new debate in the app. When they do, they have to add a resolution, which is the topic, and you get to select like 3 rules, like speaking time, just a couple really basic things, and then the other team has to agree on that.
Yes.
Which makes sense until it's like, what if they have to pitch counter rules? So once we launch, we're going to have please hold, and then we're going to have a countdown timer. To let everybody get themselves figured out. This is a match. There's people that you want to come in, so maybe it's like we just give them a few minutes.
Yeah.
Look at those meters off there. The all-seeing eye is definitely a part of this. Around. And then I think we should represent each team somehow. So, little icons on either side. Maybe I want the one with the 3 of them.
Very cool. Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting comfortable working in Figma now. We've been messing with this for weeks, and I feel better about it. So we have Team A. Or maybe because we're doing user flows, Team Name A. And then if you really want to drive home that you don't know what something should be called, just put it in pointy brackets. And then developers understand that there actually isn't a name to implement.
Yeah, or it's like a dynamic name.
It's a dynamic. This is going to be populated by information that I don't know what it is right now.
Okay. You use pointy brackets, eh? I use square ones or squiggly ones. I don't have a consistent use of brackets, but I do a similar practice.
I don't know what's right.
I like those. I feel
like I'm probably wrong.
I think I stole the squiggly brackets from MailChimp. For like merge.
What
tags. Team names.
If you really wanted to get coded, you could do /*. Team name. Remember that? Remember that old trick?
Comment
out in HTML. That was, you could use that method to
That's a CSS comment
out code.
HTML
HTML was
square
exclamation mark hyphen. Oh, HTML. Remember that old dinosaur bones language? Who even gives a care about HTML anymore?
Not me. Not when you have services like Squarespace. Not a sponsor.
Speaking of which, this week is brought to you by. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Like
I think that there's a case. I took to a team meeting one day.
Squarespace for $1.
I think that all web designers should try Squarespace. Especially new designers, like try to prototype something in that. You will be delighted.
That's a good way to wrap
it. It gives you a really great understanding of how boxes react to each other in CSS. It's obviously not super. I wouldn't call Squarespace super high end. Like what they do is really simple. Sorry, not technically simple, but the designs are really simple, and they make sure that those really simple designs
in a good way.
Good, so then you can't
it's
screw
the simple that you want
in a good way. Yeah. What do you say in this holding time? So, okay, let me jump back to the chart here and reiterate where I'm at. So we're fighting with someone. We've decided we want to take it off Twitter. I'm going to create a room. I'm going to invite the second party to it. We're going to invite all our friends because in the rules of debate, you get 2 more speakers. First speaker, second, third. Everybody agrees on the rules and the resolution of the debate, and then they're launched into a holding room with a sort of countdown timer where both teams are. I think in this phase of the experience that mics should just be totally hot.
I agree.
Like everybody can talk.
Yeah, and like we gotta have like flashing people icons for who's talking.
Yeah, like when you talk, it's got your avatar pops
so
up in a circle
Call
with
of
a
Duty
audio bleeding icon next to it.
It's a Call of Duty lobby.
You know, a lot of good UX work goes back to Call of Duty. I often say that.
So. I mean, I often think of it as a shining example of user experience and civil discourse online.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a great eye. That's what we need.
I want him to be more like angry, like it's your dad's eye, and he can't fuck. Do you remember being a young kid? And your father looking at you like he just absolutely cannot believe what you're doing.
Like what?
Like, I can't even fathom what you are. And they're looking at you. They're not mad or disappointed or anything. They can't believe what you've done.
What?
So that's the inspiration for the eye. It's my creative direction.
All right. Digging deep for that one.
I did dig deep for that one.
That's where all the good creativity comes from.
Problems with your father?
Pain in general.
Yeah, sort of. They say art is pain.
Oh, and when people are talking, the eye can like shift back and forth.
Dart back and forth. I wish I could do an animation like
we couldn't do
I need like a darting sort of eyeball. It's like it's frantic and confused, but it's always like looking around at you.
We could do a smart animation in Figma, but it wouldn't go where we wanted it to.
We'd need like too many frames.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be like linear. Or what we want isn't linear. And all we can do is linear stuff, I think. Yeah. Oh well. It's a thought that counts. We'll figure it out. Dad will figure that out.
Oh yeah, totally. Whatever. That's on Dev. And they're like, so the eyeball does what? I'm like, it needs to dart around to make people uncomfortable. And they're just like,
do you have any
fuck, we hate designers.
Acceptance criteria for that? Imagine QA trying to test that. Yeah, it's supposed to.
We need to measure how uncomfortable our users are.
Is it having the right effect? Come on.
You would think a GIF of a darting eyeball would be very common. However, it is not. Can you believe that Google.com is full of images now?
Huh.
It's wild. All right, I'm not going to find it. All I wanted was a darting eyeball GIF. Somebody get on it, would you? Jesus Christ. All right, so yeah, the eyeball does dart around. It does make users feel very uncomfortable. And when you're talking, it sort of takes attention to you. Like, it could be looking over here because it's quiet.
Yeah.
And then it sort of juts down as soon as you start talking. It's like, what?
It's just like...
And there needs to be some sort of, like, thinking icon associated. Like a loading spinner over its head. So when you talk, it looks at you and this spinner starts going. Like it's thinking. It wants you to know. It's considering what you're saying.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. And
oh, that's a really good point.
You know, and
you're welcome.
Yeah, you know, in all seriousness, the indicators of status, you know, that like, whoa, something's happening and like things are working as expected, actually very, very important part of UX.
I mean, even for me, right? Like when you're wondering if your internet is actually connected or not, what do you look at? And it's like, well, I look at some indication that the browser is still loading, or I look at it. I mean, do you remember back in the day? Do you remember back in the day, for like the 8th time this episode, do you remember having Dell computers and when you open an app, you could fucking hear it from across the street? Like the CPU cranking, like you knew that your computer was loading because it was so goddamn loud that you couldn't avoid it.
Yeah, the hard drive just like kind of crackling along.
Oh, yeah, man, I love that noise.
Yeah, the hard drives back when.
I'm calling it right now, but somewhere on YouTube, there's a Pentium loading sound loop for 10 hours. Pentium 4 hertz or 4HT 3.6 gigahertz full load loading sound. Like,
wow.
I'm going to heat up my old Pentium and get that on YouTube. Thank you, sir, for doing that.
Literally everything.
Literally everything. PC ASMR could be a thing. Oh, I gotta find graphical improvement here.
Love fun graphical improvements.
The loader, the spinner GIF is in his eye.
Ooh, this is really good. I wish we could actually make this. I wish I was talented in other things.
You are. I mean, it's just development, right? I'm sure all the developers listening to this show that we know very well and work with every day would agree that it's just kind of an easy thing you can pick up really quickly. It's just like ands and ifs and thens and whys. And...
yeah, if then, else, quit.
If then, else, quit. If then, else, echo, sorry.
Shrug emoji.
Ifs and thens and else's. What are some other logical components? Maybe like a maybe, or like a
that
could.
Doesn't maybe doesn't
should
maybe
I?
Doesn't sound very binary.
No, well, I mean, we just need that quantum third state, right? Like on, off, and then on, off, and then there you go, baby. We can make this app.
I think, yeah, it's just once that's figured out, I think everything will change for the better.
Right, so please hold. The debate is about to begin.
So it's like, I guess if you're the first speaker, like you get that. What's
okay? Hold on. No, I like your begin button because somebody should initiate it. So in this second frame, like the counter has reached 0. Well, and now the eye is going to look right at you, the user.
Okay.
And sort of pupil dilates down a little bit because if you're looking at a bright light. Oh man, that's so great. Now we'll go 0, 0, 0, 0. And it says,
okay, yeah.
It is time. Initiate the beginning. I'm trying to avoid saying tap begin. I fucking hate that when you put a button on screen and there's always a bit of copy that's like tap start to begin, and it's like, why did you put the word start on the button if you had to tell people that that's what started it? It doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
Initiate the debate by interacting below. See, we didn't even have to say tap. And then we begin. And we need the teams on there and stuff too. I love how I'm like worried about designing it properly. I would imagine somewhere along the lifespan of this show, we're going to have to confront the like, maybe we shouldn't spend so much time, Nick, on you making iPhone mock-ups. And more time actually like thinking about the app.
Yeah, I'll figure that out eventually when we get bored.
We get bored of all the fame, of all the YouTube money.
So once
Jake Paul or Logan Paul wants to fight us.
Nice. That's when
he's
you know
like,
you've made
yo,
it.
I don't like your internet ideas. Fight me for $10 million. I'd be like, sure.
I guess, yeah.
You can punch me right in the mouth for $5 million right now on camera.
Take a punch for $5 million.
Knocking over an empty beer bottle on stream is pretty cool.
Clink.
Clank. Okay, fine. I admit it. This mug isn't holding tea. It is my dad mug though. Best dad ever.
Oh, nice. That's a pretty cool thing that you can have that I can't.
Do you know what? I love it. not to do the dad thing on our funny podcast about UX design, but you get that mug and I want to keep it. It's got pictures of them on it.
Number one.
And you know what else? It's huge. Thank you to my partner for going out and finding the biggest mug that they could, because now I got this big dad mug. It holds way too much of everything. You never want the full contents of this mug, and that's why I think I like it.
Better than not enough. That's for sure.
So I think there's two views, right? Like, so we've started. It is time to initiate the debate by interacting below. So the first speaker, it's like, it is your turn to present. What was it? What's the debate rules?
You have 5 minutes, or you have an amount of time,
right?
So that's the time you have to speak, right?
Yeah, like while you're speaking, like there's a countdown timer, which was agreed on in the lobby.
Correct, and everybody can
in those
hear
sort
you.
Of basic rule sets.
You're not recording a message to send out, right? You're talking. This is like but no one else can talk. It's like everyone else gets muted. That's what I'm thinking.
So, well, there's two views. Yeah, they do get muted.
Because that's the whole purpose. Nobody can. You get your turn, and then.
So there's a view here for like, I'm the first speaker. It is your turn to present. Go. And then if you're the other users, you get a panel that says the first speaker is up. Please hold while they deliver their speech.
Okay, and then you just maybe there's like some sound wave things.
Like a sound icon, which is oddly enough like a PC speaker from the 80s. Like nobody has a speaker technically in that configuration anymore. The lump behind it, I don't know why I know this.
Yeah. Oh,
So
the
you've got
magnet?
your speaker cone. Yeah, that lump in behind it is supposed to be a magnet, and like point me to a speaker that has a big magnet in it nowadays. Well, good ones, maybe. See, this is a debate that we could have. Users are like, "Hey, Nick, you're talking out of your ass. You're totally wrong. I'm
Speakers
actually
don't
into
have
speakers."
good magnets. Oh, we should have like the... What's the debate? We should, somewhere on the screen, it should say like what we're debating.
Oh, that's a good point. Like the topic. Like it's always, maybe it's above the eyeball.
Yeah.
Like it's always there. It should actually always be present, just to sort of I guess you would say that's an example of using copy to center all the users involved with this interaction, because it is a sort of multiplayer, multi-user thing. Okay. I think that saying something doesn't belong on anything is a bad take. What do you think?
Something doesn't belong on anything?
Yeah, like if you're saying, no, this ingredient can never go on this food, then you're
Oh,
already wrong. No
I
matter
think
how gross it is.
yeah.
Although pineapple on pizza is really good with that sweet ham. You just jam it in there, and the pineapple juice acts as a sort of lube to get it down your
So good.
gullet faster.
There's a pizza place here called Ronaldo's.
Oh man, I love Ronaldo's. We live in the same city, for sure.
There's their Hawaiian has jalapenos on it, is what I was trying to get to.
Yum.
And it's pretty
That's
cool.
the nacho thing with like pineapples and jalapenos and stuff on it. Ronaldo's is so good, you should try their meatball hero.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Oh,
Every time
deadly.
I look to order, it's like 80-minute wait time. So
if you're ever like really bored and depressed some weekend, I would suggest getting a meatball hero from Ronaldo's and then get one from Salvatore's, and then have a little debate with yourself about which one's better.
interesting. Have you had both?
Yes, and they're so good. They're just like greasy grease bombs. Salvatore's, okay. Sorry, not to get into meatball heroes here, but diving into meatballs heroes, it's the meatballs, but then it's like black olives and sort of like a sweet sauce. It's, oh man, it's so good.
I really want it now.
Right, I was doing a speaker icon. I'm like salivating over here. What am I gonna eat after the show?
I'm gonna follow.
Let me know what I'm gonna eat on the show. Jump in a chat. Reach out to us.
What should Nick eat?
What should Nick eat? Is it a sandwich? Maybe it's some leftover salad in there. Although I did have a shawarma today. Don't tell anyone. We're reopening it. It's fine. You got to go support the local economy. But yeah, hit us up in chat. Check us out. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, we want all your app ideas. We want to design stuff for you. So please, by all means, reach out to us at thehitherShow@gmail.com. That is the hitherShow@gmail.com. Send us all your suggestions and your questions and comments and your design issues so we can fix them for you with a great lens. We've sort of gamified like combat internet fighting here tonight. I'm a big fan of it.
I think it's got some legs. I want to give it. I want to share these mock-ups back to whatever the username was. And be like, hey,
we really. So I'm pretty sure that the user that came up with this idea. So again, to part that curtain, nobody sent that idea in. There's an unending amount of really interesting app ideas on the internet. So we went out and looked for them. The user that came up with that one was actually your hyphen mum. So your mum. Cool. And I feel like in the spirit of debate, in the spirit of the app we're doing, he's kind of perfect to know about this. Debate topic. The first speaker is up. Please hold while I deliver the speech.
Yeah.
And we'll sort of...
What next? Getting towards the end of the...
Yeah, we're at the end of the night. I could work on this forever.
We can always come back.
We can always come back.
Finish it off.
Yeah, we do got to finish it off. I think one more thing we're gonna have to do with this show is wrap our idea. Well, I feel like if we do enough of these, we're gonna learn how to wrap our idea up in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, but we got pretty far for like just over an hour.
Yeah, that's not bad.
You know, hour and a half. Some brainstorming.
All right, well, I think that does it for the June 3rd edition of the Hi There Show. Thank you so much for watching. You wonderful creatures. Your likes and your comments and your emails, they are sweet honey in my ear. Ian, that was a pretty good show.
I liked it. I like where we're going with this. Be sure to subscribe because we may, you know, you never know when we're going to pop up.
Yeah, we've got the Thursday show, and then the odd time we do the after hours, which is kind of us just goofing around like on Saturday night, finishing up our ideas. So
potentially the best shows, but yeah, otherwise, you know, every Thursday, 8 Eastern, 9 p.m. Atlantic time, you know where to find us. Come hang out. Yeah, who knows what we'll build next.
That's it. Bye forever, maybe.
Goodbye.